All right. Guess what? With the release of this event, it's coming. Guess what we're in? A fucking dodge meta, baby. Get the fuck out of here, guard-tards. It's fucking dodge only. Dodge charger, dodge ram, dodge meta. So, they released the Trunks event, they released the Gohan event, and they released this Gotenks event. All of them can be dodge. All of them can be attack debuff. Do you know what that means? You know what that means? That means this Goku and this Omega Shenron are probably the best units in the game right now. At least for these events. Overall, I don't know. I don't feel like thinking that hard, to be honest with you. But these two, with the amount of dodge that he has, damage reduction, he can probably live some of the normals. I don't know if he could live super attacks, but he also has an 80% chance to dodge. So he just kind of just wins. He's kind of just good, you know, just win the game. Just 80% chance to just win. 20% chance to lose, but I mean, what can you do? And then the Omega just has, his team is just full of attack lowering, right? And in these events, this domain makes him hit so hard. Greatly lowering attack as well on his super attack. And then his team will do, I mean, we'll look at GT bosses. But I mean, this Omega debuffs from his passive. This Omega debuffs from his passive. Sin, I don't think. Oh, he debuffs the attacked enemy for 20% for 2 turns. I believe Baby does. Lowers attack on 12 key. And lowers attack on 18 key. Am I missing anybody else? Shenron? Lower attack, greater lower attack. Cool. So, all 3 of these events just get mollywopped by the Omega team. And this Goku can just sit in slot 1 on his team while the rest of his team just kills the entire event. Because, I mean, Fuse Fighter isn't... Some of these units still die, right? This unit's very good. This unit's very good. He can counter super. This guy isn't great in the first turns of some of these events. Well, not this one, really. Well, to be fair, this Gotenks doesn't really hit hard until you get like, once you get like turn the next turn with him, then he gets kind of aggressive. But we'll talk about that in a second. So, on this Fusar team, you do have a lot of options. GT Heroes itself, like Gogeta and this Gogeta cannot sit in slot 1. They just can't. They just die. And I wish it was a thing of me not having my units rainbowed, but it's not. I have this unit rainbowed, like level 10. However, they can counter, right? I mean, like I said, this guy can counter. This guy can counter. This guy can only counter Ki Blast. Where is it at? Right here. So, like I said, phase 2 of these events, sorry. He can counter. If he doesn't counter, he dies. Right? Maybe not. Maybe in definitely in this one, but maybe not in this one. And he can't counter in this one. But you can there's ways to beat this event with GT Heroes. Preferably, I think the team that I used was I used the not this Gogeta, but this Gogeta as a team with the Rainbow Orb changing that you can put on his team. Because once you get to this phase right here, then I mean it's nothing crazy. But we are in a dodge meta, and it it's tough. Because, I mean, they just released this guy. No dodge, he just has a counter. But it has to be key blast super attacks. Jeez, I can't talk. Can't even schizo post and speak properly. And you have some of these units on the team that can counter. I mean, you have the 2 super easies. I'm not going to go over them too much, but they have a high chance to counter super attacks, which is nice. And then you have to get into Gogeta, but once you get into Gogeta, he can counter super attacks and has a scouter, which is also nice. These guys are boosted right now, but they only have a medium chance, so it's not really worth trying to go for. But you have a team full of units that can counter, but if they don't counter, they just die. But I guess it's the same thing with dodge units. If they don't dodge, they die. But the only difference is that these guys, as comparison to dodge units, these guys have to also try to tank normals, which, I mean, they ain't tanking these normals. They ain't tanking those normals. They ain't taking these normals. Oh, they can tank these, but if this ever goes up, oh, good fucking luck. So, yeah, we are in a dark time for any tanky units. So, these guys are great. If you can get the turn 4. Like, if you can, like, ideal situation in the Gohan event is like turn 1, let's say you're running like the Goku team. Turn 1, you put them in slot 3, come back, it's turn 4, they transform, and then they have all their dodging. They have their medium chance right here. 10% for every key sphere obtained. When they double key sphere, they double rainbow orb change from int and something that's not int to rainbow for the first 4 turns. So they make a shit ton of rainbow key spheres, which, by the way, is also very good for Gohan. Who can actually tank the attacks in this, I'm pretty sure. Definitely normals, I'll say that. And then if you're at 50% or less HP, they just dodge they just dodge for free. But these guys are very, very good. I think it's insane that the base form of these guys were so dominant for so long, and then just out of nowhere they just drop events that just kill. Like, I never thought they would age out so soon. Am I crazy? I don't want to say age out, right? Because these guys are still very good in Festival. This and the Gogeta. But to see my physical GT duo take like 900k from a turn 1 super is insane. Before supering, I will say that before super. After super, they would tank it. I don't know how much they would take, but they would live. I know that. But it's the same thing. These guys are probably taking a lot of damage because it is type disadvantage. But once you transform with them, like, they're great. And it's one of those units. I mean, they could be ran on this team and be very good. They get the 220%, you know, the Fuse Fighter. They're just very, very good. We have obviously the new Gohan. The new Gohan can just outright tank some of these attacks. And then once you go into these guys, they have this, they have that, they have this. You run full youth, which is a runnable team, by the way. Full youth is a runnable team with these guys because of this unit, which we'll talk about in a second. You have this Goku, this Pan who can dodge. You have, well, maybe not this Gohan because he's good against extreme types. But you have this Gotenks, and if you're like, I made a complaint saying that this Gotenks is dead. This Gotenks, I think people forgot about. High chance to dodge when attacking with 12 or more ki. 83% chance to dodge. 83. And then for 3 turns from when he starts, Superclass Allies defense 33%. So he helps the Gohan tank even better. If the character key is 11 when all allies are attacking on the same turn, have obtained Key Sphere, chance to crit and damage reduction up to 50%. Very, very good. Ideally, you just get this guy to 12 key, throw him in slot 2 or 3, and he has an 83% chance to dodge. Which means you can run this guy. Because this guy after he supers is actually quite tanky. And if you're able to get past this phase or this phase, guess what? These are Ki Blast super attacks. Guess what? Oh, hold on. Has a high chance of doing this, but when receiving a Ki Blast super attack, 44% damage reduction. I'm trying to talk faster than I can think, and it's frustrating. So you got this, you got 22, 55, 99. You are living. You are living these super attacks every single time. And I think it's actually worth it. Because, I mean, like I said, the units in these events just die anyways. This guy has an 83% chance to not die. Might as well run him. And I know you want to go for the 11 key to get more damage. But to be honest with you, this guy will be doing all your damage. You're fine on the damage. So will LR Go tanks, to be fair. You don't need him to get to 11 key to do the damage. Get him to 12, get his dodge, and call it a day. And I mean, you also have like some other dodge units like these guys. These guys are actually really fun to run. Quite decent as well. It's also very easy to get their attack, their Kamehameha restriction up on this team. Youth is a runnable team. So, I mean, these guys are quite good in the new event. And like I said, these guys are also very good. High chance to dodge. More dodge when everyone's a super class character. Guess what? You're running youth. They're all super class. 77% chance to dodge. Now, I did make a video about that event and took like 2 million on a super. It happens. They're good. I brought him up because he gets up to like 90% chance to dodge. The unfortunate part about this unit is you have to run him on the Rose team, which the Rose team kind of just dies. But this is one of those units, 90% chance to dodge if you get him in his full thing. I wanted to point out, and if you're wondering what I'm going through all these units for, all the units that we've gotten recently that have dodge on them. I didn't want to mention Vegito Blue because a lot of people I feel like people feel weird about Vegito Blue because he's a counter unit, and for some reason all counter units that even have like a defensive mechanic that helps them get around super attacks still get shit on for no reason by the community, not like in the game. But he can dodge supers as well, and he can tank. He can tank normals. Like, he's good. This guy in his base form, great chance of dodging guards. He dies to a normal for sure, but I mean, he has a great chance to dodge. And when he transforms, like I honestly probably wouldn't even transform with him, because then he's actually having to tank the hits, right? Even if you're not getting that. That's just me though. Yamcha, crazy, right? Chance to dodge, 20%. High chance right here, which means boom, 70% chance right here. If you're running Earthbound Fighters, guess what? You get to do your active skill. Oh, your active skill. Boom. Which procs this. So you're up to 80. And then you collect a couple Rainbow Key Spheres. Alright, you collect 2 Rainbow Key Spheres. Cool, you have a 100% chance to dodge before attacking. Isn't that something? Vein attack, launch 2 additional super attacks, build all this up. This guy's great. Try running this guy in the event. I'm sure you'll do absolutely fine. Same thing, same level. It's like TN. And the thing with TN is key based right here. But this guy, it's a Kamehameha. He's on Kamehameha himself. So he will counter. He will nullify and counter. For the Trunks, it's a high chance, which is like but the Trunks is also physical, so I feel like you could get away with like him probably tanking it. 75% damage reduction before receiving an attack, and then he gets up to 95 or all this. Like this guy tanks the first attack very, very well. And then if he's a second or third attacker, guess what? He gets all this attack and defense, but then he also gets a 7% chance to dodge. Guy's great. Glorio. Crazy, right? Glorio. But you can get up to 80% chance to dodge. High chance, 30% right here. 80%. Guess what? Guess who's back? Guess who's back in the meta? Every single day, every single week, this guy just somehow manages to come back into the game and say, hey guys, guess what? Throw me on your team. I promise I'll help you win. 77% chance to dodge. From the character's first turn, let me just evade everything. Okay, cool. Oh, not only this, but for every attack evaded, you get 7% more dodge. So you go up to 84, then 91, then 98, then 100. Guess what? You're not dying. Oh, and if that's not enough, he has a revive. Where's it at? Oh, I guess not down here. I guess it's just right here. Revive. And then when he revives, you get some more stats, so you get hit harder. Because he's not going to defend anything. He's going to hit harder. That's, I mean, we're in a dodge meta. We're going to have to fucking sit here and deal with it. Your units can't tank anymore. Just run the dodge units and have a good day.